Hello everyone and welcome to the Rising Phoenix Racing League. This is round number 2. This is the Italian Grand Prix. I am your host Jack Craig 28 and I'm joined by Alistair Bain 06. How are you doing tonight, Alistair?
Yes, I'm doing a very good job. How about yourself?
I am very good and I'm excited for another great night of racing. Last night we were at the Singapore circuit. It was a great night, many safety cars, but it was a great race and Willow managed to pick up the victory. What did you make of last night's race, Alistair?
Yeah, it was a very interesting race. A few safety cars making it even more interesting, but overall it was a very good race.
Yes, it was. Willow did manage to pick up the win after Cracker Jack dominated for the whole Grand Prix pretty much. It looked like Cracker Jack was going to have it in the bag, but it was Willow that came out on top and won. But tonight we're at Monza, so it's completely different circuit, and Trixie currently on pole with a 20.5 on the soft compounded tyres. He's on his out lap, but we're going to go on board with LT, going to see if he can do any better than he did last night at Singapore. Very impressive, but just couldn't manage to keep it on the track. Obviously it was wet conditions, changeable conditions at Singapore. At the moment it's been a dry qualifying and we're hoping for a dry race. See if anyone is currently on a lap time. Go on board with Swanee, see what he can do. He was very impressive last night. It looked like he was going to win at one point. Was so close to getting pole position but just couldn't quite get it. He'll be hoping for an improvement on P14 tonight. The Red Bull driver. Very impressive yesterday. Just a few strategy mistakes was the only thing wrong with Swanee's race. Were you impressed with Swanee last night, Alistair?
Yeah, he was very quick, but messed up the strategy a wee bit, which cost him quite a lot, and did go for a couple weird moves last night, so hopefully he can try go for some better moves today.
Yes, he did make a wee bit of a dodgy move later on in the Grand Prix last night. He's currently 8 tenths down on his time, so it looks like he's going to improve by just around a second to try and steal pole position away from Trixie. He doesn't look fast enough to do that just yet, but 3 minutes to go in the session. I'm not quite sure if he's going to get another lap time, and he's coming into the pits, so he's going to go into the box, hopefully get out for one last lap. We'll go on board with the race winner last night at Singapore, Willow, the Alpha Romeo driver. See if he can get any improvement on P14. He'll be hoping so, showing that he can get the job done. He improved massively last night, and he's currently got Gamey in his way at the moment. We'll see if Gamey does move out of the way, and he does. Lovely. So Willow on the run down to Parabolica. Can he get an improvement on a 122.2? Trixie's improved by a tenth of a second to improve his pole time, so a 20.4 is going to be the time to beat here at Monza, and it's going to be a 20.8. that moves him up into P5. He's going to be happy with that. Don't think he's going to have a chance to improve on that at all. Splinter on the medium compounded tyres has moved up into second place at 20.5. X Gamer, he's currently on a 20.5 as well. He's in P3 on the soft tyres. Do you think that's a good call from Splinter to start in the mediums, Alistair?
Well, it was a very good lap. Only 1/10 behind the pole, so, and yeah, an opposite strategy, that might be a very good idea.
Yeah, it is probably one of the better calls. He's actually a second down in his time right now. I'm not sure if he's on a lap at the moment. I don't think he is, because he's in none. Yeah, that must be just the time screen mucking up a wee bit. See if anyone else is on a lap. We'll go on board with Deadwood. He's going to get the slipstream off his teammate. Jordan's in the wall. Not too good for Jordan there, but he is. Cam's Deadwood, very impressive last night. He was in the wall a lot, but he did manage to pick up 6th position. I think he did move up as well after penalties with other people, so I think he did get a lot more points than just the 8 he would have got. But here he comes. LT's retired, so he's not going to improve any more than P6. So has Delta. We're going to see what is Deadwood's time going to be. He needs to get it into overtake. That's where you get the most boost, especially in gear 6 and 7 and 8. So on the run up to the line. This looks extremely quick from the man, and it's a 20.2. He's on pole position provisionally for the Grand Prix. See if anyone else is going to improve and take pole position. I don't think so. I think Swanee is going to make it. No Reaction will make it as well. I think they're going to be the only two that can't get it done. Jordan actually currently on a lap, but he's got major front wing damage, so I don't expect him to improve by too much. But we'll go on board with the Red Bull of Swanee 2K15 to try and see if he can get pole position. Nice and tight in turn 1, that looks very smooth from the Red Bull driver, very smooth indeed actually, as he comes down towards the left right hairpin, one of the most horrible corners on the F1 calendar. Coming up nice and fast now, you got to be slow in and fast out of here. And it looks okay, not the greatest, but it did look okay. Coming up to Degna 1 and Degna 2 now. He's on the grass a wee bit and he's lost it, so the time that he's been improving on is going to lose out here. And it doesn't look like he's going to be able to challenge the pole going on the grass there on the right hand side of the circuit. Coming up towards Ascari now. It did look very quick until that point. He's currently 6 tenths down on his time, so he is going to improve and jump up to around 13th at the moment. Obviously Jordan yet to do his lap, but he's got damage, so I'm not sure if he's going to improve. We'll see what Jordan does. Yeah, Jordan's going to pit, so he's not going to improve at all. Coming up to Parabolica now. Swanee, is he going to manage to put that car inside the top 10? If he doesn't, he's going to get free choice of tyres on the run up to the finish rate, and it's a 21.1. That's put him into P8. See what no reaction can do if he can improve his lap time. So everyone in the top 10 is going to be starting on the softs, apart from Splinter in third. He's going to be starting on the mediums, and everyone from 11th to 20th place is going to get free choice of tyres. But here comes the Mercedes of no reaction. He's got a 21.9. That's not going to put him up any higher. And that's it for qualifying here in Monza. And on pole position, Deadwood Bear. What do you make of that qualifying session, Alistair?
Well, Deadwood Bear only getting pole by 1.5 tenths. The pole is pole, so. And Splinter, very good luck from him on the mediums, P3. So he should be happy with that. And yeah.
Yes, he is going to be happy with pole position. It doesn't matter how much you get pole position by, if you get it, you've got in it. So we're about to get going for the Monza Grand Prix. Alistair, how do you fare around Monza?
Monza's a pretty good track. A few difficult corners, but overall it's a pretty decent track.
Yes, so Deadwood on pole with Trixie second, Splinter third, X-Gamer fourth. Hyper's going to be very happy with P5, Willow 6th, he won last night, LT 7th, Swanee 8th, Allslop 9th, and Gamey in P10, and the rest are going to be further down the order. But everyone in the top 10 on the soft compound except Splinter, he's going to be on the mediums, and then everyone else is going to get free choice of tyre. So Alistair, do you think we're going to be seeing many alternate strategies, or what do you think the strategy is going to be here? Do you think one stop's doable, or do you think you guys are going to have to stop twice?
I do think there will be a few people stopping twice, but I do reckon there will be a couple of people also doing a one stop.
And there is a high chance of a safety car here, especially with Ascari. Loads of people in qualifying retired at that corner, and well, last night we were actually very clean on the first lap, Alistair, weren't we? We'll be hoping for the same thing around Monza, especially at turn 1.
Yes, last night at Singapore was very clean, so let's go.
So, we're going for the formation lap now. We'll be hoping that turn 1 is nice and safe, but this gives a chance for the guys to heat up their tyres and brakes and get ready for the race ahead. So I'm going to sort out everything and see what tyres everyone is going to be starting on. So the top 10, as you know, softs except Splinter, he's on the mediums, but 11th, 12th, 13th, 15th and 19th all on the medium compounds. Fashion, only one starting on the hards, probably a good call. Could be a safety car here, 27 laps, so they'll go to around lap 20, 22. And then Delta, No Reaction, Robo and Tadpoles are all going to be on the soft compounded tyres as well. So we're getting ready to go here. Alistair, if you had a prediction at the moment, who would you think the podium positions are going to be filled by at the end of the night?
Well, Splinter does have a very good chance as he is doing the opposite strategy. But if he does get damaged, that'll cost him a lot as he is on the opposite strategy.
Yes, I do believe so. I think Splinter is going to be one to watch out for the win. Deadwood as well, showing incredible pace. I think he's going to be one to watch out for too, and it's just someone's in the wall. I'm not sure what LT is doing, but he is having a little spin, just showing you how we might have some safety cars in this Grand Prix. One to watch out for is 11th to 13th. They're all on the medium compounds on the alternate strategy. Shanka, Colin and Jordan. They were all very quick last night and very good, so it is going to be a crazy race, I believe. Last night's race was probably one of the best races I've ever watched commentating on the F1 2019 game, but it doesn't matter about last night anymore. It's all about who's going to win tonight for the Italian Grand Prix. We're just gridding up and getting ready to go. Slowly but surely we'll get there. Who is going to win the Monza Grand Prix? Leave your prediction in the comments. And we're finally just getting ready. The last couple of cars coming up onto the grid now.
Hopefully they can keep it nice and clean down into turn 1. Hopefully no first lap safety cars.
So here we go now. We're on the grid for the start of the Italian Grand Prix. It's 4 red lights. And away we go for the Italian Grand Prix. Deadwood's got an amazing start. Splinter already dropping down the field. Shanka, you're dead on the left hand side, trying to make a move. Deadwood has lost out to Trixie. Trixie leads from Deadwood. An X-Gamer trying to make the move. Willow down the inside of X-Gamer into turn 1, and the Heart of Hyper trying to come back at Willow as well into the first corner. Splinter already down into P7. What a horrible start for the Renault driver. Swanee up into P6. He's gained 2 positions. And what a start to the Italian Grand Prix. Virtual safety car as well. So Trixie leads from Deadwood, from X-Gamer, from Willow, the race winner. Hyper in P5, Swanee P6. Splinter dropped 5 positions off the start into P7. Allslop up into P8, Gamey P9 and Shanka in P10. Alistair, what do you make at the start of the Italian Grand Prix?
Well, I did see Splinter off the line. He did not move, so maybe a very, very slow reaction from him, which is not what he is wanting.
Yes, what a crazy start. Shanka did get a 5-second time penalty there. That's unlucky for him, but Trixie got that move down into turn 1 and he was already gone. And Willow as well. He's jumped up 2 positions. That's a good start from last time's race winner. And well, this race is totally turned on its head with the VSC. Hopefully it's going to be ending soon. We want to get back racing sooner rather than later, but Splinter's advantage already gone, and it's green lights, and away we go. Here comes Deadwood, already trying to make a move on Trixie in to turn 1, and he's already going to get that move done. They're going to be braking later. Deadwood into P1, Trixie P2. They're going to be side by side coming in to the slow right-hander, the hairpin, and it looks like Deadwood's going to be on the inside but round the outside for the second one, and Deadwood gets the move done into P1. X-Gamer and Willow as well fighting for P3, the final podium position. Here he comes on board with the Alfa Romeo. He moves to the left hand side, coming into the second hairpin of the track. It's Trixie and Deadwood side by side again, and it looks like Deadwood's going to keep that position, and Willow has got the move done and he's into the podium position, trying to chase down Trixie now for the next podium position. Trixie running a wee bit deep there. Splinter, he's overtaken someone on the track because he is up into P6. He's going to be trying to make a move on Swanee, or will Allslop trying to make the move on him. Yellow flag in sector 2. Someone's lost it around the first Degna, and yeah, everyone just following. It's a wee bit of a train at the moment. It's 2 by 2 by 2 at the moment. No one quite close enough to make a move into Parabolica, but here we go. Allslop getting overtaken by Gamey at the moment, and there's another VSC. And that has actually saved Gamey from Allslop to keep his position. What do you make of 2 virtual safety cars this quick, Alistair?
Well, at least they're not safety cars, which are very boring. At least VSCs only last about 20 seconds, so should be getting back up to racing speed in a few moments. and Deadwood will be hoping for a very good restart.
And we're off racing again. DRS enabled, of course, on this lap. Here comes Swanee now. Looking at X Gamer, but just not brave enough to make that move just yet. Going to see what other people can do in this Grand Prix. At the moment, the closest battle on track is the battle for P7. Gamey, Allslop and Jordan all close together. Don't forget the racing point at Delta as well further back. Swanee though, he's closing up on the back of X Gamer for P4. Is he going to be able to make the move into Ascari? It's going to be a late move. He moves to the left hand side trying to make the move. Not quite got the bravery to make the move. And he stays in P5 for the moment. Jordan though on the back of his teammate Allslop 7. Ferrari versus Ferrari, their home Grand Prix. They're going to want to improve on the lap times at the moment. Jordan on the mediums, Allslop on the softs. Jordan in, not got the bravery into parabolic, and he's forced his teammate off there. So Jordan up into P9, and Allslop's retired from the Grand Prix. Here comes X Gamer in trouble from Swanee. Swanee moves to the left as X Gamer goes defensive into turn 1. It's a safety car. So race neutralised again. Alistair, if you're any one of these softs, do you box?
Yeah, people on these softs. If I was one of them, I would probably be pitting for mediums or even hards and try to get all the way to the end of the race, but that might be a little bit of a push. So, not sure, as it is obviously up to the drivers.
Yeah, it's a long way to go on the hards. The hards could potentially make it because 20 laps I'd say the hards would go. So yeah, I would definitely maybe have a race. You might not have the fastest car, but you're definitely going to get to the end of the race, and there might be another safety car further on in the Grand Prix. So at the moment, the order right now, Deadwood Bear, he's leading the Grand Prix from Trixie. From Willow, he's had a great start. He's at 3 positions at the moment, and X Gamer, he's up into P4. Swanee kind of got up there as well. He's in P5, going to be making to look that move sooner rather than later. Splinter dropped down 3 positions into P6. He started on the medium, so I don't expect him to come into the pits. Gamey, he's in P7. He has a good start. He started 11th. Jordan in P8, getting overtaken by Delta. I think Jordan's going to get that position back. Yeah, he does. LT, he had a bit of an accident. He's in P10. Colin, Robo, Ice Stabs, Hyper, no reaction, and Haramic and Fashion all filling up the rest of the grid. So Trixie pits, Willow pits, X Gamer pits, and Delta all pit. What tyres are they going to come on to? Willow on to the hards. He's jumped Trixie as well. So Trixie's lost net P2 to Willow on the hard compounded tyres. Trixie on the softs. So he's probably going to make that move soon. X Gamer on the hards as well. Delta on the softs, Alistair. What do you make of Trixie going onto the softs there?
Well, if he's gone onto the softs, he will need to get ahead of everyone and then make a late pit stop for another pair of softs or go into some mediums.
Bit of a weird strategy call. You'd think, obviously he's going to be expecting another safety car then, you'd expect, if he's going to force himself to make another pit stop, because I don't understand why anyone else would go on to the media, the softs. But yeah, he's obviously expecting another safety car tonight. Willow though, Willow P9 right now, but he was in P3. He's jumped Trixie, who was in P2, so Willow on course for P2 at the moment. Obviously still a long way to go in this Grand Prix, and Deadwood currently leading the Grand Prix. The Alpha Romeos do look very quick tonight and last night. If you didn't see last night's Grand Prix live at Singapore, make sure you go back and check it out on the Rising Phoenix F1 channel. Me and Alistair both commentating over that. A lot of safety cars, a lot of chaos, a lot of overtaking, and me and Alistair, we did enjoy ourselves last night, so make sure you go check it out. We're just waiting to get racing again. This is one of the boring parts of the Grand Prix when the safety car are out. It does spice up the race a little bit, but it does get pretty boring to commentate over. Delta in the pits again, so he must have damage, Alistair, or maybe he just doesn't think the softs are going to cut it.
Maybe the game has put him onto the wrong set of tyres, but
The mediums are on the racing point, so he's going to be going to the end of this Grand Prix now. And he's going to get out ahead of Fashion. No, he's not. So he's going to have to overtake Fashion, because Fashion can't go to the end of this Grand Prix on those tyres. So Delta is going to have to overtake him.
Yes, it has been a very, very slow start to this Grand Prix. Pretty boring so far. With
Yeah.
2 VSCs and a safety car within 6 laps. But the safety car came out on lap 3 or 4. So, yep, very, very slow start. So, hopefully none of this will happen again and we can get underway racing for a very exciting race.
Yeah, hopefully we can do the safety car. I expect they'll be coming in this lap. It's going very slower than usual, so I think it's going to be coming in this lap. And obviously last night we've seen 2 drivers, Cracker Jack and Willow, making restarts. Willow's were a bit dodgy. Let's hope Deadwood's, his teammate, can make a bit better. Safety car in this lap from race control. So Deadwood backing up the pact, and we'll see if he can get a good restart.
The drivers getting some 5-second time penalties.
Yeah, Deadwood's not going as slow as I thought he would to get the safety car restart. Many of the guys in this league last night as well, they weren't going very slow to get the car back, were they?
No. Yeah, I've backed them all up now.
And they're gone. The good. See what the restart looks like. And here we go, we're underway racing in Rising Phoenix Racing League yet again. Phoenix is nowhere near close enough. Gamey's already overtaken Jordan for P4. Can't Jordan come back at him here? No, he's not going to be close enough, and it's not the restart some of the guys would have wanted. And there were 3 wide. No, there's a big crash at turn number 1. I'm not sure because no reaction's gone down the order, and it's quite confusing. But Splinter has overtaken Jordan. He's side by side with Jordan, and he's into P4. Splinter, Jordan though, trying to fight it back. Both on the medium compacted tyres. Jordan on the left, Splinter on the right. Ferrari versus Renault, and Jordan comes out on top of that battle. Delta already overtaken Fashion and no reaction. He's up into P10. Gamey into P3. Alistair, do you know who dropped down the order there to go further down? Colin, it's Colin. Colin's gone down. There, sorry for answering my own question. But Alistair, what do you make of that restart?
It's pretty messy in turn 1, as Colin did fall all the way down, and so did Hyper, I believe. So, pretty messy restart, but we are back racing.
Yeah, Splinter's dropped 2 positions. He's gone behind Jordan and the Renault of, sorry, the Alfa Romeo, and X Gamer, and having a wee battle with Delta for P9. They're also close to Robo and the McLaren. We'll see what X Gamer can do coming off to the start straight. And it's Jordan in the pits at the moment. Delta though, he's pushing and pushing this Toro Rosso all the way he can. X Gamer goes defensive into turn 1. Hards versus mediums. Toro Rosso versus Racing Point. And oh, they've got very late and they've hit Robo. Not great racing there from Delta. He's going to have to kind of slow it down, and that's allowed no reaction to catch right up to the back of them guys. Jordan though, onto the hard compounds. He's going to be going to the end of the race. Trixie, he's right on the back of Splinter for P5. He's going to want to make this move soon, obviously being on the soft. He needs to pit again. Well, you can see, oh, there's a big crash in the back. X Gamer and Delta. Virtual safety car again. X Gamer and Delta, and they've hit each other again. What are you doing, boys? Oh, not great racing from the two, and Delta just hit him there. You seen it on the stream. I'm not quite sure what's going on with them two tonight, but that is ridiculous driving from the pair of them. And well, Alistair, we've had 40 laps in this league, and we've had a total of 6 safety cars and VSCs. What do you make of this?
That is just not. I don't even know. What is X Gamer and Delta doing? Like, it's like Hamilton and Vettel at Azerbaijan under the safety car. So
we're green flags and we're racing again. Deadwood Bear has got a 2-second advantage over Swanee, and then a second advantage to Gamey. But at the moment it's Splinter versus Trixie for P4 and Willow as well in that battle. Splinter moves to the left as Willow goes defensive. That means Trixie cannot make the move down, but Splinter side by side still, and they can't quite get it done. Hyper, he's up into P10. He had a good start, but he's kind of fallen down the order ever since. Everyone obviously pitting. He's going to be happy to score a point at the moment. Robo though, up into P7. He's going to be happy with that. Trixie following Splinter, trying to cut through him like a knife through hot batter. Willow though in P4. He's just keeping them in check. Obviously, you can see hards for Willow, mediums for Splinter, and softs for Trixie. We are going to see, is anyone close enough to make moves at the moment? Doesn't look like it. It's going to be Trixie who does make the move, if anyone will. The Haas driver trying to chase down the Renault. Scrapping for points also in the Championship and in the Constructors. Trixie's not got the greatest run through a Scary. That's going to affect his run into Parabolica. Robo though, he is very close to Trixie at the moment. Trixie's gone deep into Parabolica. Can Robo get a good run on the exit and try and make a move into turn 1? Deadwood Bear set another fastest lap of the Grand Prix. His tyres, the next 3 or 4 laps, we're going to see the top 3 come into the pits. And Alistair, with the safety car, what do you make? Willow's going to be leading this Grand Prix and he can go to the end of this race.
Yes, he sure can, but if he does try to go to the end, his tyres are going to be rotten, so he might have to box, but we shall wait and find out.
Jordan, on the hard compounded tyres, set a fast lap of the Grand Prix. Well done, Jordan, but yeah, I think Willow could have done this again to everyone on the grid with the safety cars and win this Grand Prix. Robo looking to make a move on the second day. Now that would have been smart. And someone's in the wall there, I think, unless it's a glitch in my game. I think it was a glitch in my game. I think he said was in the wall. Gamey though, he's catching up to Swanee in P2. He's got about 5 tenths out. So it looks like the Williams car 66 is going to make a move sooner rather than later. Robo though, following Trixie through, and he's got a lovely run through Ascari. He moves to the left hand side. McLaren versus Haas, mediums versus softs. And it looks like Robo Geezer is going to make that move into Parabolica. Round the outside he goes, and it's a lovely move. What do you make of that one, Alistair?
Yeah, that was a lovely move around the outside, and Trixie does box.
Trixie in the pitch, yes, you're right. He's going to be coming in the top 3 half pit, and I do have to tell you, Deadwood Bear on the medium compounded tyres, so he's going to have better compounded tyres than his teammate who's in first. But he did get a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane.
Well, that is a very common mistake that a lot of drivers do, speeding into the pit lane, which does give you a massive 5-second time penalty, so that's not what he will be looking for. But Willow, with the very smart strategies, got Splinter right behind him, that he will have to box in. So
Trixie's come out behind Delta, so Trixie's going to have to overtake Delta and Jordan to get back up into his position, which is crazy to think. And at the moment, I'm not sure if you're noticing this, Alistair, but look at the Renault in P4. Second and third have to stop again because they need to get new tyres. Fashion pitted on lap 1 from the hards. Oh, he's going to have to stop again actually. He's been on the hards twice. Sorry, my mistake there. He is going to have to stop again, so let's ignore that. Colin, on the other hand, though, I'm not quite sure where he stands on the tyre compound. Swanee's made a move on Hyperwar Kang for P7, and Gamey going to be making to make that move as well in a second. There's a yellow flag in sector 2. I think Stabs has gone off, yeah. But here comes Gamey now. Hyperwar's gone onto the grass, and it's going to be an easy move now. The straight line speed and the slipstream and the DRS coming onto the start finish straight. Going to help Gamey out big time. Hyper though not giving it up just too easily, but he is fighting a losing battle. And he is going to peel into the pit lane. And the battle for P1 at the moment. Willow versus Splinter. Splinter going to have to stop again, but he's going to want to make this move onto the start finish. He has got damage on the front of his... on the right hand side of his front wing, sorry. Deadwood Bear slowly closing that gap to Colin in P5. Colin moves to the right outside and he's just going to let Deadwood Bear go through. Lovely from Colin, nice sportsmanship. Not fighting in the same race, might as well just let him go through instead of you losing time. Trixie and Delta, they're side by side coming in into the hairpin. These two guys have been fighting all night, and oh, Delta does go a bit defensive late there. Trixie, I don't think would be too happy with that. Gamey on the back of Swanee though, and we'll let Alistair commentate over this bit to see who's going to take P7.
Coming out of his garden on Gamey doesn't get the taste of runs, so he will be looking to go for the move down into turn 1. And does try to get the good exit, but he opens a DRS and closes down to turn 1. Down the inside from Gamey, very late in the brakes, very good move. Don't know how he got that stop, but very good move from Gamey.
Lovely move from the Williams. Jordan sits another fastest lap of the Grand Prix, but Swanee is coming back at the Williams driver. He's gone onto the grass a wee bit Gamey here on the right hand side, and they're side by side going into the hairpin now. Swanee on the inside, going to be the outside for the second turn, and he's got the move done and he's back up into P7. Lovely clean racing from the Williams and the Red Bull, and they're chasing down Colin in P6. Trixie and Delta, they're having a wee scrap of their own for P11. Here comes Trixie though, and Delta places the car beautifully. Swanee has gotten past Delta there. Sorry, I missed that on Gamey as well. I think Colin's just letting everyone through. It's very nice from Colin. Obviously they're not in his race, not racing the same race, so just not get held up by these guys and try to get the highest finish you possibly can.
Trixie, I think, is going to go for a move down into his Scotty on Delta. And he cuts to the inside.
Oh, and they've made contact, and the Racing Point keeps the position. Deadwood makes a pole, fastest lap of the Grand Prix, and it's a good lap so far from him. A good Grand Prix from him. Gamey, he's going to try and make that move back, and Trixie's actually made that move into Parabolica. Sorry, I missed that. I came off it just at the wrong time. But Gamey trying to make that move on Swanee's stick next time around when he does make the move. Here comes Delta though. We'll go on board with him, see if that straight line speed in overtake. Oh, DRS activated. Look at the straight line speed he's got. He moves to the right hand side, forcing Trixie back to go onto the left hand side. Great driving from these two, and it looks like Delta's going to make that move. Hypersets the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. Trixie coming back at the Racing Point. Side by side they go, and Trixie's got the move done. But back comes Delta into the hairpin. They're still side by side here. Been side by side for around half a lap now. Delta losing out in the position at the moment because they're side by side, and oh, Delta's gone off. And he's round, and that puts an end to that battle. I'm not quite sure if Delta's going to be too happy with the driving skill there. Colin though.
Sorry. And Tricky, pretty cheeky, kind of barging him about.
Yeah, and I think Delta has rage quit from the session for that. Probably not the best way to go about it, but yeah. X-Gamer though, he's slowly catching iStab. He's on the hard combat, both guys are. So I do expect them to be going to the end of this Grand Prix unless there's another safety car. So yeah, X-Gamer did impress last night. And Colin, that's him into the pits, 15 laps in the mediums. He's now gone on to the soft combat tire. New front wing, Alistair. Do you think his softs could go 12 laps?
Not in my opinion, my Monza. I think he might have to go on to another set.
Jordan and LT, they're side by side. Ferrari versus Red Bull. Can LT make the move? It's hards versus mediums. And Jordan plants the car perfectly, and he's going to keep his P8 at the moment. He'll be hoping to improve that position later on in the Grand Prix. Round to Degn as they go. And I tell you what, Splinter is all over the back of Willow for the lead of the Grand Prix. Splinter obviously going to have to pit again. Willow does not have to pit. His closest challenger is actually Robo, who is 2.5 seconds behind this battle. But here comes Splinter looking to make the move. That's easy. I don't think Willow's going to fight that too hard, because Willow knows Splinter has to stop again. So Willow does not need to get that position. And Gamey has made a move on Swanee for P6 at the moment. Deadwood is right on the back of Fashion 2 for P4 in the Grand Prix. He's not going to be close enough. Here comes Swanee though on the back of Gamey, and it looks like he is going to make the move yet again into P6. Deadwood and Fashion did swap positions there. He must have went round the outside of the hairpin. Fashion going to try and make the move though to retake his position, but he's just not going to have the speed. The older tyres, older compound, harder compound, not going to help him out. LT's made the move on Jordan. Jordan going to try and come back at him here. P8 at the moment, a couple of cars ahead of him still to pit. Jordan moves to the left hand side, not close enough. Had a wee look. Not quite close enough. Gamey though, he's going to try and make this move stick eventually on Swanee when he does get it done. Just not got the speed. When he gets past, he just can't keep it ahead at the moment. These two guys have been battling for the whole 16 laps. It's been great to watch at the moment. And LT and Jordan is going to be in trouble at the moment. DRS open, overtake in the airs. And here he comes. LT goes defensive. He moves back across. That's very not good racing there from LT. That's very dangerous. And Jordan is not going to be happy one bit. A Splinter in the pits. That allows Willow to go on and try and win this Grand Prix. And it's allowing Robo to try and catch up to him. 2.5 the gap. And Deadwood currently in the mediums. He's 8.3 behind. He needs to close this gap down. Fashion as well. He's going to be pitting around lap 20 to get onto the soft compounded tyres and go to the end of this Grand Prix. Jordan though, here he comes into the turn 1. He's already going to make the move, and he does. Lovely car number 93. Jordan gets the move done on LT, and into P8 he goes. He's going to be in trouble though on the run into the hairpin. And actually LT's actually dropped off a wee bit, maybe giving up on that battle, not wanting to waste as much time as he did, because he just can't quite keep up with Jordan's game. He's kind of falling back from Swanee at the moment here on lap number 17. 9 and a bit laps to go now, ladies and gents. This has been the battle to watch on track. Swanee versus Gamey. It's still the closest battle on track. We'll see what Gamey can do into Parabolica or into turn 1. Alistair, with 18 laps gone, who's impressed you the most so far in this race?
Willow, obviously with his great strategies. I think he's that man to watch for this whole season with his strategies. Swanee and Gamey, this whole race they have been battling. They have been keeping it very clean so far. So hopefully they continue to keep it clean.
One to watch out for as well. 9 laps to go. Splinter is on the soft composite tyre. He did look very quick in qualifying on the mediums. 8.4 behind Gamey and Swanee. Can he capitalise on that and get his car into the podium positions? At the moment, Gamey just trying to chase down Swanee for the lead of the Grand Prix. Not the lead, P5, sorry. Don't know what I am talking about at the moment. DRS open, but it's going to be too far back to make a move into Ascari, so maybe into Parabolica he can get the move done. See what he can do. Oh, look at the straight line speed he's got. Lovely through Ascari, lovely from the Williams driver. Going to try open the DRS on the start finish straight. He might have to make a move into Parabolica. He looks, and doesn't quite have the bravery to make the move. Jordan picks up a penalty there. And here we go, on to the start finish straight comes Gamey now. He's catching and catching and catching. He moves to the left hand side and he gets the move done on the Red Bull. Can the Red Bull come back at him? He turns his airs down straight away. Gamey, Splinter, sorry, 22.3 for the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. .2 is the gap at the moment. Can Swanee catch up and overtake him right here, right now? for P4. He's not gonna be close enough just yet. And I tell you what, Alistair, one person that has impressed me at the moment, and there's a crash further back, I'm trying to see who that is. I think it's Fashion's gone off. Yeah, he did. But Robo, I'm going to find out where he started this Grand Prix actually. 17th, he's gained 15 positions to be that car in P2, and I don't think he's going to have to stop again, to be honest. He is going to be very happy with that position, isn't he, Alistair?
Yes, he will be very happy, but I do think he will have to quit again.
There's a crash further back. I'm not quite sure what's happened. Can't find out either because of Codemasters. Gamey though, he's starting to build up a little bit of a gap to Swanee, and Splinter has taken 4 seconds out of their advantage over him. So Swanee for the final podium position could potentially be possible, maybe not. Obviously with the gap 6-7 seconds between Deadwood and Gamey. Deadwood is going to be extremely disappointed not winning this race. He dominated qualifying, he dominated the start of the race, but the safety car and his teammate going into the pits onto the hards, unless he pits again, obviously Willow is going to hand him the race victory, and Deadwood going to be absolutely gutted. At the moment though, the closest battle on track is still Swanee versus Gamey for P4. You can see the lovely brake discs burning up, the lovely red colour, and No Reaction Lounge has retired from the session. No safety car needed as it was in the pit lane. Trixie, he's slowly catching the back of Fashion for the final points paying positions at the moment. We'll see if he can make a move anytime soon. Might be hoping to make a move here into Ascari. As you can see, the Red Bull of LT just ahead of them in the distance as well. And Trixie, yeah, gets that move done nice and easy for the Haas driver now. Car number 22 going to chase down LT for the final big points position of 4 points. Obviously LT is going to gain at the moment. The yellow flag is sector 1. I wonder if anyone's going to... Colin's gone off. Trixie is on the back of LT already. That DRS is open. This is for P8, ladies and gentlemen. LT goes defensive into turn 1, and Trixie not got the bravery to try and make that move, but LT goes deep for 2 times, and there goes Trixie, and that's going to be him up into P8, and lovely from the Haas driver. Can Fashion make the move into P9? Will LT make the move into P8 again? Actually, here he comes. He had a wee look, and yeah, the lovely camera angle there, but he just doesn't have the space, and Trixie's actually gone into the gravel. Will that allow LT to try and make the move? No, it will not. Swanee on the back of Gamey now for P4. He moves to the right hand side, going into Parabolica. Can he get the move? No, he had a wee look, but not brave enough at the moment. Swanee then on the back of Gamey, DRS open going into turn 1. He's looking to make the move on the Williams man, and Splinter, as you can see, is right behind him now. 4 tenths is the gap. He's going to be making that move on these guys sooner rather than later. These guys need to get a move on. Here we go then. We're going to be 3 wide going into the hairpin. Swanee kind of holding them off, and Splinter cannot get past. Gamey cuts across and keeps P4. Swanee P5 still. Splinter just needs to bide his time and keep on holding on to P4. Trixie though, he is side by side with LT going on to the hairpin. Trixie gonna go round the outside and always hit LT and push them off. And I think he's gonna, yeah, he's gonna let him come back onto the track and keep the position. Swanee's made the move on Gamey 32 for P4, and will that allow Splinter to make the move on Gamey into Parabolica? They go. the DRS not open on this straight, but it will be on the next straight. 23 laps down, 4 to go.
LT's out.
LT has retired from the session. Good spot there, Alistair. And he coming and coming and coming. On the back of Trixie is fast. Splinter's actually made a move on Swanee. VSC, that's going to save him as well. Not going to overtake. And then, at the moment, Deadwood got 6 penalties. 6 seconds. So at the moment, Deadwood's going to lose his position to Splinter. At the moment, I believe. What do you make of the VSC neutralising the race again, Alistair?
Well, I don't know really. But if Robo does have to pit, that means Splinter will get a podium unless he makes a mistake.
Yeah, you are correct, Alistair. I think if you go on to the race director, you can tell me what tyres Robo has been on, and I'll be able to tell if he's pitted or not.
Robo has been on the softs and then changed to the mediums.
Well, Splinter's just gotten a 3-second time penalty, so he's not going to get his podium that he wanted. But at the moment, Deadwood Bear, he's not looking too safe for his podium position either. And I tell you what, Robo has done a masterclass here. Same with Willow. The top two both started way down the order. They risked it under the safety car, pitting onto the hards and the mediums, and it looks like they're going to finish P1 and P2. And it looks like for the second night in a row, Willow is going to take the race victory in the Alfa Romeo, getting 25 points in both races, meaning he'll lead the championship with 50 points going into next week's races. And I will find out what circuits they are on. So Alistair, if you can commentate over the next wee bit, I will tell you what circuits they are next week.
So Gamey might be able to look for a move going around the long right hander into the chicane. Not quite close enough to go for a move. But probably will wait for the next DRS straight. As they do come around the two diagonals, coming on to the DRS straight, is he going to look for a move into Iscali? And he does get closer and closer, and he does back off, probably waiting for the start finish straight. Again, he's very squirmy tonight with Iscali, and he is going to wait for start finish straight so he can get that DRS, hopefully get an easy move down into turn 1.
So here he comes, the Williams driver. Is he going to make the move into turn 1 like Alistair predicts? Probably going to. Look, he doesn't even need DRS, he's already piling on. That is just easy as you like. That's what you love to see, Alistair, when you're the car behind overtaking someone like that, don't you?
And it's just opening the DRS and then just flying past.
Will Swanee, there's a safe VSC, someone's lost it. It's actually Hyperword Kang. He is down. If he's spinning, he's not had a great night. He didn't have a great night last night either. Swanee though, all over the back of Gamey yet again. I'm saying that. Jordan in P7, he's going to be happy. He qualified down in P13. He got P6 last night. Did get promoted to P5 after penalties in the stewards box. So he's going to be happy with 7th place tonight, I believe. And what do you make of this, Alistair? Trixie, we know he's fast. We know he's good. But down in P11.
He did just pit 2 laps ago, so that would have probably lost him a few positions. Yeah, Trixie is a pretty fast driver from last night, average. And yeah, so he won't be happy with 11. Hopefully he can catch up to X Game or overtake him to we can at least get a point.
Yeah, Deadwood on the back of Robo at the moment for P2. Deadwood does have a lot of penalties, so it's going to be close between them. I'm about to find out if he's going to be able to get that podium position. Swanee though, he's going to be trying to pressure Gamey 32 for P5, the last double-digit point paying position. He's going to want to get that move done because he does want to get double-digit points tonight. He's not going to be happy dropping down the order for 2 nights in a row. But yeah, Deadwood slowly catching Robo at the moment. His tyres are 6 laps younger, and obviously on the penultimate lap of the Grand Prix, Robo's just hit the gravel, but sadly they're side by side. Swanee does make that move actually. I missed just a wee bit at the end there. Swanee up into P5, Gamey down into P4, so we're going to see if any of them can change again. But Deadwood now all over the back of Robo for P2. It doesn't look like it's going to stick, even if he does finish P2 on the track, but he has got it done into Ascari. Lovely move from the Alfa Romeo. Robo probably not fighting as hard as he possibly needed to there, because obviously the penalty is going to keep him out. Splinter as well, he's slowly catching up to Robo, but Splinter as well does have penalties. Yeah, again, Alistair, this man last night, he made a weird strategy call. We kind of slated him a wee bit on the stream for his strategy, but he led for most of the race and then won the race. And then yet again tonight, he's made a weird strategy call and he's going to win the race. Splinter has made a move on Robo for P3, but it doesn't look like Robo or...
Oh, Dead was on the grass. He's up in P2.
Yeah, Dead was lost out to Robo as well. P3 for Robo and Splinter. So Robo, who looked like he was going to get these 2 positions back anyway, he's only going to have to get them 1 back. Robo's gone deep, and here comes Deadwood now, and Deadwood gets the position. So Robo at the moment is going to have to hope for these 2 guys getting penalties, otherwise he's going to lose out on his podium position that he's wanted so badly and probably did deserve for his great racecraft tonight so far, except for that wee blunder there. And he's falling back, and on the last lap of the Grand Prix he needs to speed up and get this position, because at the moment he is going to get his podiums back. He just needs to guarantee that he does get them, but none of that matters just quite yet, because for the 2nd night in a row Willow started P12 or lower. The safety car came out, he made weird strategy calls, but in Monza, an Alfa Romeo wins the Italian Grand Prix. Splinter's going to come home 2nd on track, Deadwood 3rd on track, but it's going to be Robo in P2. Splinter gets the final podium, Deadwood in P4, Swanee's going to get P5, and Gamino on penalties will pick it up. And the Ferrari of Jordan going to be gutted with P7, obviously their home race, not what he's going to be wanting. Fashion going to come home for P8. He's going to be happy with that, considering he started last this Grand Prix. So that's going to be 4 valuable points in the Renault's locker. Istab 3, he's kind of been quiet this race. He was quite good last night, but was very, very quiet today. X-Gamer in a similar boat to Istabs looked quiet tonight, but was very good. And he is not going to gain the position of... He does, he gets 2 points. Istab will get the final point. Trixie finishing 11th, horrible Grand Prix for him, and Collins had an absolute nightmare in that Mercedes tonight. But Alistair, this is one thing I never thought I'd say: an Alfa Romeo winning their home Grand Prix.
Yeah, in real life you'll probably never see that, but in this it's just all up to the drivers, because the cars are equal, so yeah, just all up to the drivers.
So, for the 2nd night in a row, the 2nd time this season, the Englishman of Willow has won the Grand Prix. Italy tonight, Singapore last night. He'll be hoping for similar responses next week. The McLaren on the podium, that's nice to see the McLaren back there. And obviously Renault back on the podium 2 nights in a row for Renault as well. It's been a great night. It was a great Grand Prix. Yet again, the 2 races we've done, Alistair, have been hectic and crazy. Safety cars galore. I loved every single moment of it. I hope you enjoyed the Grand Prix, everyone, and I hope to see you next Friday for the Grand Prix. I've been Jack Craig 28, he's been Alistair 06, and I hope you enjoyed.